What's up, everybody? In today's tutorial, we're going to go over how to create an anaglyph video. What does that mean? We'll take an ordinary 2D video and make it kind of 3D. Let's go! Hey everybody, let's get serious now. Today, we're going to be using Premiere to create a stereoscopic video. All you need is Anaglyph glasses and Premiere. All right, having said that, let's head right into Premiere and get started. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna assume that you've already done two things. Number one, that you've already purchased Anaglyph glasses, and number two, you've already grabbed some footage that somebody shot or you've shot it yourself. So now we have the footage. What do we do with it in order to make it an anaglyph or stereoscopic piece of content? So first things first, let's launch Premiere. Adobe Premiere Pro CC. Adobe Premiere is basically a editing software that allows you to combine a lot of things into one. Sound, image, video, all together, and export it out. So as we wait for this to open up, I am going to create a brand new project from scratch because that's exactly what you guys are going to be doing. So let's say new project. Okay, let's name it Anaglyph Stereoscopic Video Test, and we want to save it in a folder. We're going to save it on the desktop inside of this folder, inside of Premiere, and select folder. And don't worry about these settings just yet, because I'll show you a neat little trick. Okay, it may look a little complicated or overwhelming when it launches. No worries. I just want you to focus on two panels. Okay, on the project panel and the timeline panel. Okay, there's no sequences just yet, and it's telling me that I need to import media to start. That's what I'm going to do. How do I do that, Jesse? I do that by double clicking inside of this area. So here we go. I'll double click inside of this area, and you're going to navigate to the footage that you want to convert to 3D. I'm going to select the file and say open. Okay. Now I'm looking at this through the list view. By default, I think yours may have opened through the icon view. No worries there. You can just toggle back and forth here. I like it on list view for whatever reason. Okay, now that I have my video, I want to right click the video and then say new sequence from clip. Okay, what that does is copy all the attributes of that video into a timeline, a sequence as Premiere likes to call it. And as you see, here's nice footage here. Beautiful footage. Perfect example of how to convert something 2D to 3D. There's a lot of moving shots here, and it'll really allow you to get that full effect if you have the Anaglyph glasses. Okay, so we're going to copy this by selecting the clip and scrubbing this little marquee here, maybe to the end, and hitting Control V. So to copy it, I hit Control C. To paste it, Control V. All right, I have two clips that are the same. I need to make sure this one that I copied is on this track above the first one, and I need to move it all the way over so they line up with each other. Okay, so you can zoom in by hitting the plus sign. Yeah, and you can hit home to go to the very beginning. Yes, so they're aligned. All right, hit minus to reduce the timeline. All right, now the trick is the effect. What effect should we be using? We need to open up the effects tab. I would go to window, then I would go to effects. Now I need to go under, let me search color. I believe it would be channel mixer that we need. So let me drag this effect onto the first clip. Nothing actually happens. Number one, it's black because it's fading up from black. So if I move this little cue, you'll see that it comes in. All right, so let's stop it about there. That's a perfect point in time. I just added an effect to this first clip. I need to add the same effect to this bottom clip. Okay, so I've just selected the second clip, select channel mixer, and then make sure there's this little plus sign over it, and then drop it. Okay, so both of these clips are duplicates of each other. Okay, now just to break this up, partition if you will, let's go ahead and shy away, or not make it visible, the second clip, and lock it. All right, Now, notice that the effect went away because I locked it. And I can't see the effect associated with this first clip because I haven't selected it. As soon as I select the first clip, then it shows me the effects associated with it. How does it show me this? It shows me this through the effect controls. Okay? It tells me all the effects associated with it. See? Okay, we got that. Now, we need to make this top clip red. That means we have to take away all the green and all the blue. Now, remember we added the channel mixer? There's 100% green, 100% blue, and 100% red. We need to put 0 here for blue and 0 here for green. It turns it red. Now, this goes back to the technology, very primitive if you will, to the Anaglyph glasses. On the left is red, and then on the right is cyan. So we have to make 2 clips that have these 2 colors, and then we're going to offset them in time. So just to recap, we have 2 clips here, and the goal is to make the top one red and the bottom one cyan. I locked the bottom one. The bottom one's going to be cyan, so I don't get confused with it. And I just made the top one red. All right, now let's turn off the eye and lock the top one, which is red. Now I'm going to enable the bottom one again. First, I have to unlock it. Then I have to deselect the eye. This one has the effect, but I haven't modified any attributes on the channel mixer. Now, if you've been following me so far, you'll notice that if the first one's red, the second one has to be cyan. That means it has to have 0 red. I've selected the clip. I'm going to come over here and put 0 there. And it's completely cyan. That's all you have to do. All right. So now, if I unlock the first one and actually show the top clip, there's red, there's cyan. Same clip, different color, right? Okay. Now, let's go home by hitting home. Let's zoom in by hitting plus. Okay. I'm going to offset this by 4 frames. Okay. I'm zooming in as much as I possibly can, all the way. Okay. So watch here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just offset by 4 simple frames. Now, I'm going to zoom all the way back out. Okay. I'm going to select this top clip, and then hit Shift N. That'll move that cue point all the way to the end. Now I'm going to zoom by hitting plus. Now they're a little off. I need both of these to end at the same point. So I'm going to move this cue point to there. I'm going to hit C on the keyboard, hover over the top clip, making sure that I'm aligned with that blue marker, and left click. See that? Right now, because I hit the keystroke V, no, actually it's C. Yeah, it's C for cut. I'm going to now hit V for the pointer tool to select this clip and then hit delete. Okay? Now, I need to end or set an out point for this video. I'm going to hit the left arrow to go 1 frame before the last frame of the video, and then hit the letter O, which establishes the out point. Now I'm going to hit minus so I can see the entire timeline. So what have we done here? Let's recap. We imported footage, used that footage to create a timeline, added the channel mixer effect to both clips, made the top one red and the bottom one cyan. Then we offset them by 4 frames, and then we came in and we made sure that both of these clips end at the same time, right? And then we set an out point for Premiere to understand that that's the end of the clip. Okay, so where's the magic, Jesse? What's going on here? Well, have a little patience. If you scroll this over, you only see red. And then there's cyan, right? We have to do one final step. Select the top clip. Under motion, toggle this arrow down. Then we're going to go to opacity, if I could find it. Toggle down opacity. I think we should have just done opacity, not motion. I thought opacity was under motion for whatever reason. Now, under opacity, I'm going to go to the blending mode from normal to linear dodge add. Okay. If you notice and pay attention, let's go up to 150%. It's slightly off. You see that? You slightly see that red in the cyan. Now, right now, if you had the Anaglyph glasses, you would see a little perspective there, a little 3D effect. You kind of made your own little IMAX theater here, okay? Now, I'm wondering if I can play the... See? Oh, awesome, awesome. There it is, there it is. Okay, let me zoom in here. Let me scroll back. I'm moving frame by frame by hitting the left arrow. All right, if you had Anaglyph glasses, it would seem as though you're kind of immersed in the content a little bit, but not really. But this is basically how you do it. Oh, it does play in real time. Awesome. Okay, actually, let me start it about here. Let's actually check this out in real time. Okay. And I'm going to assume you have your Anaglyph glasses on, looking cool. All right, nice, nice, nice. Okay. Very cool. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I think you get it. You have it here, and I'm going to hit Control S to save this. It saved it in that project photo that I created. Well, what do we do now, Jesse? How do we get into Halliburton.tv, right? That's going to be your question. You're going to go to File, Export, Export Media, or Control M, okay? In this specific case, I'm going to say Match Sequence Settings, all right? And that is not the best way to do that, because the best codec settings would be H.264. So let's not select that. Okay. And let's see here. Let's actually go to H.264. All right. Once we've done that, it recognizes the video. And I'm actually going to choose a default here. I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to do Vimeo 1080. This is a preset that's already installed within Premiere. Okay. Best codec for Halliburton.tv. Vimeo 1080. Perfect. Don't worry about the letterboxing. It's just the fact that they shot this rectangular, which is fine, completely fine. I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to leave these settings as they are. Okay. I'm going to select render at maximum depth, and under bitrate encoding, I'm going to select constant bitrate, and I'm going to crank this sucker all the way up. Okay. Notice that it increases the file size here whenever you increase target bitrate. So let's just say I did half. It decreases it. Let's just say, for instance, we didn't want all, completely high resolution of this video because we're just testing it to see what happens. Completely fine, up to you. But if you had the space, I would crank that sucker up. The second thing I would do is select Use Maximum Render Quality. Perfect. I would select the output name right here. I would navigate to wherever your deliverables will go to. Hit Save and Export. That's it. It's as easy as that. There's no additional hardware aside from the Anaglyph glasses, which are about like 50 cents on Amazon. That's all you really need. The glasses and Premiere and a little know-how. Have fun, guys. Thanks again for watching, everybody. And if you're interested in learning more, be sure to search for my channel on Halliburton.tv and subscribe, please. I'll see you next time in my next tutorial.